for lack of better terms, a little ritual. I know he'll always, when he was working on his albums, he would wear Biggie chain, his Cuban with the Jesus piece, J.L. Rockefeller.
Side sources say Jay-Z beefs up security and threat that a retaliation from Beanie Seagull for dropping him from the label.
This was in the newspaper.
It's in the paper, it's public record.
After everything I've done for you, after always having your back, why wipe me out? After everything I've done for you, you gonna sit there with a life raft and watch me drown?
I mean, Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs. They knew each other professionally for a number of years, just like in all professions. People know each other. At the music awards, they support each other. If you go to the NBA All-Star game, they support each other. That's just how professions work. There is no closer association between any of them. That's also a matter of fiction. That's all that there is. He doesn't know anything about the charges or allegations against him. He has nothing to do with that case. And there's nothing more to say.
For lack of better terms, Beanie Seagull feels betrayed. He's been speaking out about how Jay-Z abandoned him, especially during one of the toughest periods of his life. Beanie feels like Jay used him, then left him behind when things got rough. This isn't the first time Jay's loyalty has been called into question. Jay always talked about Rockefeller Records as a family, but Beanie's experience paints a very different picture. Let's dive into the fallout between Beanie and Jay-Z and the accusations that Jay is all about self-preservation. Beanie Seagull was one of the hottest MCs under the Rockefeller umbrella in the early 2000s. He was loyal, even defending the label when things got messy.
Rock Boys album. On that Rock Boys album, there's a song, Average Cat.
I ain't your average cat, yeah.
Was that a Jay-Z diss record?
Come on, man, you know it was.
But when Beanie faced serious legal issues, Jay-Z wasn't there to back him up. Instead of support, Beanie says he was left to fend for himself while Jay continued to rise. Fans are now drawing parallels between Beanie's experience and Jay's history of leaving people behind to protect his own image. This includes his recent denial of being close to Diddy amidst a lawsuit. Let's rewind a bit to the late 90s and early 2000s, when Rockefeller Records was at its peak. Jay-Z, Dame Dash, and Kareem Biggs Burke were running the show. Enter Beanie Seagull, a hungry, talented rapper from Philly. Beanie brought raw street energy that Rockefeller was missing.
To the studio, and I stayed in the studio every day for I was driving back and forth from Philly, probably twice a week. I was bringing my bags, underclothes and all that stuff in the bag, in the truck, in the back of the Suburban. I stayed in the studio for 3 weeks straight, you know what I mean, almost a month. A month straight I was in the studio, and that's why I covered the Dynasty album so much, because I was there. And everything Jay was doing, I was right there beside him and I was writing, you know what I'm saying?
Jay saw potential in him, signing Beanie in 1999 and placing him in the spotlight. Beanie's debut album, The Truth, dropped in 2000 and was critically acclaimed, solidifying his position in the rap world.
Rockefeller Records was the only thing that I've ever been a part of that I thought was honest.
This is dope. This is ill.
Yeah. Really me for what it was. I ain't gonna lie, I'm from South Philly, so you know what I mean? Smile, you know what I mean? Pray next to you, turn around, blow your head off.
You said smile, shake your hand, pray next to you, and blow your head off.
Yeah, all that vicious. That's where I come from.
Yeah.
Kill you, wash your body. You know what I mean? Kill your son and fornicate with your daughter. Yeah, that's where I come from. That's the world that I lived in. So me being with Rockefeller, the La Familia, I held on to that. It's I got something, and you know what I mean? And it's and they don't want shit from me, they just want me to do this. This music. They got me. And that's all I asked, you got me. That's where I came from. I never looked at me having a career. I never looked at the business. It was La Familia, La Familia, La Familia. We a family.
Beanie wasn't just an artist on Rockefeller, he was part of the family. He spent countless hours in the studio with Jay, putting in the work to help build the dynasty. Beanie truly believed in the Rockefeller dream and Jay's word, assuming they were both ride or die solid.
Right now I'm facing weapons violations, attempted
They try and get a boy 20 to 40 years. They came to me with a deal. Their deal was 18 to 36 years. Of course, I turned it down. Thought this was America, people. Guilty until proven innocent, huh?
But things changed over time. Beanie later said that when he first signed, he believed Jay would always have his back. The loyalty Jay promised seemed unbreakable, but that would soon be tested. As the 2000s progressed, cracks began to show within Rockefeller. Jay and Dame were clashing over the label's direction, and Beanie got caught in the middle. Jay's new deal with Def Jam signaled that Beanie wasn't a priority anymore.
At that time, when, I'm going to court, and we about to be on tour. We on tour. So
A whole nother tour.
Yeah, we on a whole nother tour. So, I'm going for my bail hearing in the feds. And the judge asked Jay, everybody's saying all these good things and all that. The character witnesses, Dame, and, everybody's saying, and even Jay said a whole lot of good things about me, and the judge was going to let me go, monitored. And she said, would you be willing, and that's the part that people don't, would you be willing to be responsible for his whereabouts, not be responsible for my actions, just his whereabouts? Would you be willing to do that? Provide us with all the information, saying that he's going to be here, there. And after all that good and he said no. But it was like the way he said it, and he put his head down, he was like, no, I've never been crushed like that ever in my life. Cause I'm like, damn, this is my man, and I looked at it like, all right, no. Nigga, what if I had to get the out of there? I'm in jail, I'm still tall, all my but what if I really needed to go? This was going in my mind.
Get out of jail, you say?
Bro, I had attempted in the state and the federal charge and all this shit. The 40 years is over. This is what I'm facing, 40 years.
Right.
What if in my mind, I'm thinking like, damn, what if I really needed to roll? Be on a run and go. I'm from this my man and I love him. If he skipped that, thinking, no, I'm getting my man, I'm getting him out by any means necessary. So for me to look him in his eyes and I'm shackled around the wrist, ankles and everything, and the man was like, oh. That fucked me up. It took everything in me not to let one go. That took away a lot of shit thought that we had. That's big bro.
But it got personal when Beanie found himself facing federal charges in 2004. While Jay continued to thrive in his career, Beanie's world started to crumble. And when Beanie needed support the most, Jay wasn't there. When Beanie got locked up, he expected his Rockefeller family, especially Jay, to stand by him. Instead, Jay was silent.
Yeah, 5 in the morning, caught a flat. We caught a flat in Dame's van on the turnpike.
We gotta wait for the spare to come.
We're running a little late. And I gotta get suited up, booted up. And he is our brother, so we will be there to support him. Because at the Rock, we are a family.
Meanwhile, Beanie never got a call, visit, or any kind of support. He later expressed feeling abandoned, especially during one of the most vulnerable times in his life.
So my question is, did Jay really call up them people? Just need to know to add them to the infested extermination list.
Listen, before I even got there to the building, you gotta understand this. It's all documented. This year's Powerhouse, Jay came last year. In the Philadelphia Daily News, the day after the Powerhouse, it had an article. And I didn't even go to the Powerhouse last year. It had an article in it. Inside sources say Jay-Z beefs up security. Threat that retaliation from Beanie Seagull for dropping him from the label.
This was in the newspaper.
It's in the paper. It's public record. Go. It's $20. You can search it and find it. It's public record. That was last year. So when I'm reading, it's like, damn, what the? You know what I mean? Inside sources say.
Right.
Where that come from? I ain't never see the powerhouse where they got boot cops walking around with K9s and all that. Go on the internet, Google it. Bernard Hopkins was there. I didn't even know Bernard was there.
Right.
Go to allhiphop.com. He confirms it.
So there you are, just like the song says.
Yeah, because what happened was, I stood right in the, and because they made sweeps. When I came in the building, and people was going in the back and all that, where the dressing rooms was at, we was standing in the back, me and my peoples or whatever. Bleak come out with 5 bodyguards. What's up, C? No, what's going on? Damn, what's up? What you doing? Who back there, Jay? Come on, let's go back there. And you keep on moving the conversation. You don't want to go back there. Your bodyguard's there, and I don't got no, you know what I mean, to pass. He was like, man, you need to come holler at the big hunk. Man, dude, don't with me. I ain't going back there. And that's what I told him. Big homie, don't with me.
At a crucial court appearance, Beanie learned that Jay had even refused to take responsibility for his whereabouts.
Well, Beanie Seagull is complaining a lot these days.
Well, he has a lot to complain about.
I know.
Not me.
Well, actually, this morning I just got a brand new interview. It's half an hour long, and he's talking basically about you, about the company, about basically how you didn't push him as much as, let's say, 50 Cent pushed some of his boys. How do you feel about that?
Well, Beanie Seagull at the time, and you can look it up if you like, just to be honest, was driving 2 Bentleys. I don't know how. It's impossible to drive 2 cars at one time. With his mama in the sticks and selling 800,000 records, I don't know what more can you do for somebody, you know, at that point. What people choose to do when they attain that type of a success, you know, at some point you have to look in the mirror and look at yourself. You know, Beanie Seagull had a record deal, a record label, and a clothing line. I mean, it never went platinum, ever. I don't know, in the history of rap, has anyone done so much with so little? So I don't even know what more can you do for a person at that point. A record label, a record deal, that's normal. A record label and a clothing line. So if that's not pushing the person, I mean...
Beanie felt crushed, seeing that his ride or die label from Jay meant nothing when it came to reality. What followed was a major blow to Beanie's trust in Jay. While Beanie was fighting legal battles, Jay was focused on his own career. Jay was pushing forward with projects like the Black Album and planning his retirement. Beanie, on the other hand, was left in limbo, releasing his 3rd studio album, The Beef Coming, without the proper backing from Jay or Rockefeller.
This is extended family. You've been there with me through my ups and downs. Whenever I get in trouble, this is the one I call. It's my strategist right here. This is my brother. It's B.I.G's brother. Yes, sir. It's Brooklyn's own Brooklyn.
Beanie even felt that Jay blocked his chances to pursue other opportunities while keeping him tied to the label.
Your homie was doing a lot of things, man. Most importantly, you know, he had a recital that he has to be at the floor. But I reached out to him, and I told him that this right here was important. Bad Boy celebrating 20 years of hits. And this is extended family. You've been there with me through my ups and downs.
By 2009, Beanie released his diss track, What You Talking About?, calling out Jay for being disloyal and selfish. In the song, Beanie rapped about how Jay used him for street credibility and then discarded him when it was no longer convenient.
Now Jay is saying, yo, this not my man, which is kind of weird.
Right, they're saying
y'all you see him at mad parties together, but you look at it, right? Really think about it. Did he only go to them, to what's that? He have his brunch, he be having, right?
The Rock Nation brunch.
Did he go to that? You see Did he go to that?
Yeah.
And Jay, and then Diddy will have an all-white party and Jay go to that.
Jay goes to that.
So it's like the same parties they go to.
Bail out other grown men. But Beanie and others see a pattern of betrayal. The question remains, is Jay justified in his ruthless business tactics, or is he the villain in this story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.